and welcome very quickly, briefly, very welcome to this very impromptu live stream where today we go head to head, is what it feels like I should say, but really what I'm saying is welcome to this impromptu live stream where today we are tackling this, what's it called? Bentley EXP 10 speed. Is that what it's called? Anyway, it's a concept car. I believe it's from the year 2015. This particular one is from a game asset. And let's go. So today's lesson is practice, practice, practice. So we've got a couple of minutes to spare. So we're going to practice. So let's see what we can do in a few minutes. So let's start, as always, by placing the car in grid. So select a wheel, tries to quads, select edge loop, cursor to selected. Let's select all, make sure ground plane is, the selection is disabled. Select all, clear and keep transformation. Now let's select a wheel. Let's put origin to 3D cursor. Let's select all. Let's parent to selected. Then let's go to that collection. Select it. Let's put it to Y0. There we go. Okay, let's turn off the grid. So that is our starting point. Let's duplicate our reference. Duplicate collection, put that at the top. Let's isolate that one. Now let's select an object, select all, object mode, make sure nothing's hidden, select, deselect, select a big chunk out the middle, delete. Let's select the back, separate the back, select all. Let's go to clear and keep transform. Now let's select the back again, move it into a new collection, call it RR, which stands of course for rear. Down here, let's create a viewport, which is nicely shaded up so we can always see what's going on. Let's turn off overlays and let's have it something like this. Now let's move the rear collection up to there. Now let's do the same thing with the back wheel that we did with the front. So select all, tries to quads, select this edge loop, cursor to selected, move origin to 3D cursor. Now let's, with that still selected, select everything else, parent to that. Now select that, let's go to the rear collection and let's move that to 0. Like so. Now let's do a little nudge or toggle rather between back, front, or rather back, front, back, front. So it looks like the back is wider. Look how much these wheels are sticking out by as well. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so let's first move the wheels into their own collection. So let's select everything but the wheels, like so. Let's grab the front left wheel, move that into front wheel, like so. Then let's turn that collection off. Let's move it up. This is just for a little bit of housekeeping. You don't have to do this, but the moving of the collections, I mean. Let's delete that wheel. Let's select all. As you can see, there is nothing on here apart from this empty, but it's saying that we've got 46 objects selected. So let's delete those. Let's bring the front back up. Then let's go to the back. And then let's select all, clear the parenting. Now let's make sure we haven't deleted some stuff from the front. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now let's go to the back. Let's select everything but the wheel. So hide, 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 hide. Let's select the back right wheel. Let's move that to its own collection, call it rear wheel, like so. Let's move that wheel below the front wheel and let's hide that. Let's grab the other wheel, let's delete, let's select all. Nothing's selected, good, good, good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scale the front to match the back in Y. So let's first of all delete anything we don't need. So we don't need this bit of the glass, we don't need this metal finisher, we don't need any of this metal finishing stuff. So select all, go to edit mode, make sure nothing's hidden, select all, let's go to bisect, let's go straight down, and in here let's zero all these and these, let's put a 1 in here, let's clear inner, select nothing, let's go to the front, select an object, select all, go to edit mode, make sure nothing's selected, select all, go to bisect, go straight down, change these all to 0, change these all to 0, change that one to 1, and then clear outer this time. Now let's put cursor to world origin and let's turn the front and the rear on. Let's make sure that we're pivoting around the 3D cursor, which is at world coordinates. Double click on front and let's go scale X and let's zoom in a little bit more, scale X. Let's really get in there, make sure it's the correct width. Right, let's mute the microphone just quickly while I take a little sip of my tea. The tea is almost cool enough to drink, and I'm doing this just as I wait for my tea to be drinkable, and then unfortunately I will have to pause until tomorrow, and that's what I meant about practice. So it's one thing, you know, learning stuff and learning how to do stuff, but practice is very important. So hence, the life lesson today is always make sure you practice. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Are these two symmetrical? As you can see here, this has got two petrol caps on both sides symmetrically. That's interesting. That's quite rare that you see that. And actually they're just floating, aren't they? So let's grab one and we'll only keep one. So let's grab the one on the left hand side. Let's separate that. Let's hide that. Then let's select all, make sure nothing's selected. Let's go to X-ray mode. I would usually grab one side and delete, but we don't have any edges around the center here, so we're just going to select all, go to bisect, go down the middle, change these all to 0, change this to 0, these to 0, change that to 1, clear inner, and then we have it perfectly split right down the middle. And then what we're going to do here is, so we need to start looking at how we're going to join these two. So I think rather than rebuild everything, I might just chop it somewhere and only build up to that point. So on the back, I might build probably up to this point here. So let's do that now quickly, shall we? So let's, actually hold on, can I just select that? Oh, that's good, that's very useful. So we can separate that. Let's see if we can do any such shenanigans on the front. So that's all a big group, so that's good. So what we can do here instead is select this side, hide that, select that and hide it. Select this stuff and select this stuff in here, hide it. I wonder if you go up to that split line, you can certainly hide that and that. And let's see if we can grab, yes, we can grab that as well. And let's go up to this split line in the middle. So let's go up to that actually, let's go up to there. So let's grab those and hide those. And then here, we're going to do up to there. Now we can select the bottom, hide it. Now we can select all of that and separate, or separate it. Now what we can do is, we can probably get rid of this glass is it a part of a, nope, okay, we can get rid of that, we can get rid of that. And what we can do is maybe get rid of some of that. So we can delete up to there. Then let's add a quick mirror modifier here. So let's make sure clipping is on because it goes over the center line. And then let's do the same thing here, mirror clipping on. Very good, okay. Now let us pray. Okay, good. So what we're going to do here is select all, merge by distance, 16 merged. Now let's go to tries to quads and let's see if we can improve this tries to quadifications. All right, so let's nudge these up. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? So this is or is it? Is it? That's certainly better there. Yeah, I think we're going to keep that. It's a relatively simple model, which is brilliant. What happens if you go all the way to the top? All right, let's try 1.1 and then 1.5. What does it change? Oh, so you've got a couple of little changes down here. What's 2? What does 2 give us? No, that's too, it's gone too far there. 1.8. 1.8 is okay. 1.6. 1.6 is good. I think we'll stick with 1.6. These would be nice if they ran like, or would they? Would they be better? No, actually, that's fine. That's good. Right, let's now get rid of any rogue vertices, which we got as a result of chopping. So these, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, we can merge those two in the middle. Oops, in the middle. Get rid of that one. Have I undone that? No, I haven't. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. That one, that one, and that one. And then let's grab this row and this row. Let's make sure auto merge is on. Slide those over like so. Then let's do something similar with the back. We can probably work up to this edge here, I reckon. So if we grab these like so, and we rip those, select that, and select these bits which aren't attached or we don't need to manipulate, grab those, make sure auto merge is off, separate those, hide those, select that, select all, tries to quads. We'll use the same settings as the front. It's looking good. Okay, let's get rid of the rogue vertices like so. Let's join that to there. Let's make sure auto merge is on, of course. Before we do that, let's get rid of that, and that one, and these, and these, and that one. Let's merge those in the middle. Let's merge those in the middle. So let's repeat last. Let's repeat last one more time. Let's slide that one over like so. And then let's grab these ones, slide those over to the front like so. And then let's just very quickly join that to that. Have a quick check of the time. 8:15 almost. I'm going to mute as I have another sip of my tea. One moment, please. I really hope that was muted. So I am going to wrap up very quickly. I just want to quickly, let's just merge these up because I don't think I'll be able to sleep if I don't. So let's just isolate these. Let's merge that to that, that to that, that to that. Let's grab these, merge in the middle. Let's repeat and let's see. So that looks like it's dipping there. So that looks like a perfect place for those. Let's merge in the middle. Let's merge those. Let's merge those, and be nice if there was two there. So let's do these, merge those, and merge those. So what I'm doing here is sort of an average of where I think the feature lines are sort of similar. So there's a crease there, there's a crease there, and there's a dip here, and it looks like there's a surface change there. So those are good places to start. And let's see if we grab, so we've got a lot more vertices there than we do there. We have an additional face there. So what we could do here just quickly, if we just slide those over, oops. If we reduce this to 0.1, it won't snap to there. If we snap that to that, let's move that to there. Uh-oh, we've got an additional one there, don't we? So let's just merge, or no, do we? No, we don't. Okay, let's snap that to there. And then let's snap that to there, that to there. And then let's just snap those there for now. Okay, so that's our starting point. As you can see, there's a massive discrepancy in height. What we can do is get rid of some of these bevels for now, remembering where they are, because we're going to replace those in a bit once we're ready, or later on rather, or actually tomorrow now. Let's just get rid of those. And okay, let's see, what can we do just quickly, just so we get a better picture of how it's going to look. So I don't want to make any brash moves, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to sleep with this big peak over here in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab those and pivot them about this point, and I'm just going to shear them. Shall I just go and grab all of these, shear them down like that? Now let's deselect that top few rows. Then let's bring those up a bit. Then let's, in top view, shear them out a touch. We can probably get rid of these for now for simplification purposes. Then let's grab these. Let's shear these. Oops. Let's shear these up like so. And let's move them up as well, so we get something closer to the back. Now let's shear these like so. Let's grab these and shear these down. And now we are just starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's just maximize this viewport here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, let's just add a mirror to this, make sure clipping is on. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the beginning of this particular fully leaded version of this Bentley concept. I hope to continue this tomorrow morning, maybe 5:30, and yeah, hopefully see you then. If not, don't forget, you can just watch it on YouTube afterwards. But yeah, thank you very much. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here with me this evening. Hope you have a lovely evening, and let's catch up tomorrow. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.